Hey, it's Bitty Penny, and today I'm collabing with my friend Letty because we got a little retail therapy together at Hobby Lobby. I hope you enjoy. Okay, you guys. So Letty's from Party Planner Papery. We live so close. We shop the same stores. I met her at Hobby Lobby. Here's a quick pic of us together. And we got some retail therapy, and it was glorious. What I'm showing you here are some of the free inspiration sheets that they had on the paper crafting aisles, and I just loved them. Envelopes, stamping and embossing, card making, embellishments. They had a little bit of everything. I was so impressed. I kept grabbing them. Letty laughed. But I wanted to share them with you guys because this was the first time I've seen them in the aisles. Now, I haven't been to a Hobby Lobby since the pandemic, so it's been a while. So maybe this is all old news to you guys, but those are there, and I think they're great resources. I got some little items for a 3D mixed media project I plan on working on. I'm going to be recreating an old photograph. I'll tell you all about that more later. I got this one rubber stamp. I couldn't pass it up. I just really loved that wave. I got this stamp set that my friend T at Not Afraid of Color used in a junk journal, and it was amazing, and I was so excited to find it. Almost everything we bought that day was all like, I don't know, I think it was all 50% off, which was awesome. So all the stamps and dies. Letty broke down Hobby Lobby for me, telling me everything because I really haven't shopped there in such a long time. And she's got it all figured out, which was really fun. I got these Sizzix embosslets, which I'm going to pull this out and show it to you guys. It's an embossing folder and dies all in one. I really love these. I think they're brilliant. And this one I know is discontinued. I've been wanting it for a really long time. It was half off. I grabbed it. This one was a surprise to me that I wanted it, but I don't know. I just fell in love with it. And at half price, $3, it was a deal. I really loved these little Mickey Mouse hands in the shape of a heart. And I just could see so much potential with that stamp set. I also picked up this one, which was totally just on a whim. What do you call it? Impulse. It was just an impulse, but it's super cute. I fully love this one. I think this is called Starry Night by Spellbinders. I've had this on my wish list for so long, you guys, and I got some cards during the Uvalde card drive where someone used this, and it put me just head over heels in love with it, and I was so excited to find it at Hobby Lobby. These two items weren't on sale, but somebody else used these on cards for the Uvalde card drive as well. I love them so much. I was so excited. They had 2 packs, and I just grabbed them both. You know I love paper and ephemera. I also grabbed these Mickey Mouse stickers to go with the stamp set so I can make some items. So you guys, I made 3 cards for you today showing you how I used some of these items. I'm pretty sure Letty's going to do the same thing. One of the great things that I enjoy about Letty's haul videos is she usually shows you, she puts it to work, and she usually shows you things she's already made with her haul. So I'm going to do the same thing. All right, so I made this first card and I embossed with my VersaFine Onyx black ink. Did you know you can do that? So I'm using black ink with a yellow embossing powder, and it embosses beautifully. You don't even know there's black ink underneath there. I brought in my watercolors and I watercolored the background, and the background is really where it's at with this card. It's really quite dimensional with the embossing, and then you know, the color variation of the watercolors. Here's how the inside of the card worked out. Um, and so I really like it. It was funny. Cece saw the sparkle heart and she was like, wow, what a cool background. I was like, you know what a background is? Sparkle heart's my daughter, for those of you who are newer to the channel, and she's 9. So look at this, super cool. So that's my background. And then I looked at Van Gogh's Starry Night and just kind of sketched out a foreground for myself. And at first I thought I was going to use my alcohol markers, and I was like, what are you doing, you crazy silly woman? Grab your watercolors. So glad I did. I'm not using watercolor paper, so it did pill a little bit on me because I used a lot of water for this basically, and a lot of paint. And this paper is not great for watercolors. Some papers I've found are great and others not as much, but I didn't mind the pilling, to be honest, because I just thought it added another layer of texture. You know, just make that stuff work for you. So here's my foreground, which just mimics the Starry Night. And then I had this brilliant stamp set from Pink Fresh. It's old. It's from 2017, I think, in my stash. And I used that and these great big stars, which at first is like, you messed it up. But no, I like it. Second card, just moving right along here for you guys. Stamped the background. This time, that same stamp I'm using as like waves and ocean water, and then I'm using that new woodblock rubber stamp, and I'm going to create just rolling waves. So you can see on the card there, I've got 2 in a row. So I just stamped those out and kind of connected them with that ink. So I put a little ink on my mat and then kind of watercolored with it and connected the waves. That's what I'm doing right now. And kind of filled it out. I left the inside blank, but it mimics the outside and I like it. I'm also using that stamp set with the cute, adorable ocean critters. There were so many adorable stamp sets at Hobby Lobby, you guys. It was hard to pick. Okay, so I cut everything down. And now one thing I really wanted to do with this rubber stamp, besides extend it, was to kind of do, I think it's no, I don't think it's decoupage. I can't remember what it's called right now. But you know, when you see companies where it'll be like layers with foam tape and I'll have like a few layers. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just keep stamping the same image, but I'm cutting my layers out smaller and smaller. And then I'm going to pop them up with foam tape. And these two, I cut the smallest one. I set the smallest one on top of the largest one so that they'd be the same and more uniform. But this stamp really worked well, I think, for this style. I'm going to have to remember to do this again because I really like the results. I'm going to hold it up for y'all in just a minute so you can see what I'm talking about. I'll freeze frame it for you a little bit so you can kind of see it here. Anyway, so it's super layered, and just clean up some of the edges, and then I bring in my ink brush and I'm just brushing some blue on the wave. And then here is that adorable little stamp set, and I loved the curvature of the whale, like he's splashing on the wave. So I colored him up. I stamped out the blowhole. It has hearts, so I did red, but then I didn't like the red, so I went over it in black. But I did use red in my sentiment, and I matted this little scene on red as well. So that is my second card. So beautiful. I just love it. All right, third card, Mickey Mouse. So I had these embellishments in my stash that my sweet friend Mary sent me a long time ago, but I've never had anything else Mickey Mouse or Minnie Mouse. So now I get to use them. And so I'm just picking through them here so you can see how fabulous they truly are. And I ended up just using the bow, but then I took these stickers. I love that these are on transparent backgrounds because then I can make my own ephemera. I stuck them to a cardstock and made my own ephemera with them. So the first thing I did was I grabbed colors that matched the stamps. So I grabbed like this bright royal blue, that chili pepper red, and I think fossilized amber. So I really wanted to make my own patterned paper that matched the stamp or the stickers so that it all coordinated together. I knew that those stickers would be a great focal point for the card. And then I also grabbed some cardstock out of my stash that coordinated color-wise with these as well. So here I am. And I wanted you to see this. You know, there wasn't a lot of space for me to stamp this little Mickey Mouse rainbow. But I like how close everything was and how filled in it was. I don't think I would normally do that, but it really looks cohesive, I think. Now I'm just sticking down those stickers onto the cardstock, and then I will fussy cut those out. So this is a collab video. Definitely go over and see what Letty has made. I'm sure it's amazing, or what she's showing you. We just wanted to share our shopping trip with you all. It was so awesome meeting her in person, you guys. You know how, have y'all heard that saying like never meet your heroes or whatever? I have met a few people that I just really admired in card making in the last month or so, especially with Uvalde. Some card making YouTubers who have bigger channels who, you know, I just really admire. And I have to tell you that they are just as pleasant in person. And I love them even more now. And that would be Jess at Jess Crafts and Desiree at Include a Thank You. But it's just wonderful. And meeting Letty in person, she is the same person in real life that she is in her videos. I think all three of those women are. And Helen at Crafty Mama Diaries. I just think there's so many genuine and unique people in our hobby, and it's an honor each time I get to meet one of them in person. We had such a great time. We even met another card maker in the aisle. There was a lady there who was checking out the stamps and dies, and I started a conversation with her. We had the best conversation with her. I hope to see her again. We're going to have a stamp event that she told us about in a nearby city in August around my birthday. And so I hope to see her again. But it was just so special. It was the best. So they made this card for Letty. Here are my 3 cards. So much fun. They're pretty different. I hope you enjoy that. But most everything that I use, not 100%, but most everything came from that little trip that we made together. Letty, thanks so much for meeting with me at Hobby Lobby. I can't wait to see you again. I will definitely be sending this Minnie Mouse card to you. Oh, I love this card too. It's so fun. I hope you guys feel inspired to get out some of your supplies and maybe try some of the tricks that I used in making these cards today. Make some of your own patterned paper, stamp out some images that you might have and layer with foam tape. Just have some fun making cards, you guys, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.